President Marcos, President Joseph Biden, and Japanese Prime Minister Kishida Fumio will hold the first ever Philippines-US-Japan Trilateral Summit in Washington, D.C.
Iyak ang China sa balitang ito. Nagsanib puwersa na kasi ang Pilipinas, Amerika at Japan. Dumating na ditong mga kaalyado. Ayon sa nakalap nating impormasyon, magsasanib puwersa na rin sila sa wakas. Itong pinakakaabangan nating tatlo. Kakausapin na kasi ni BBM mga Amerika at Japan. Padala nyo na dito mga panggeran yung barko. Ayon sa tagapagsalita ng Pangulo, aalamin na ni BBM dito sa Trilateral Summit kung ilang barko ang kayang ipadala nila dito. Bago si BBM magdeklara, di na daw kasi aantay pang may mapatay muna ng China dito. Kaya si BBM na mismong nagsalita, pagtulungan na daw kaya ang China nitong tatlo.
President Marcos, President Joseph Biden, and Japanese Prime Minister Kishida Fumio will hold the first ever Philippines-US-Japan Trilateral Summit in Washington, D.C. During the summit, the three leaders are expected to discuss their common vision for the Indo-Pacific region, as well as explore opportunities for enhancing trilateral cooperation across various areas of mutual interest. The three leaders are also expected to issue a joint vision statement. This vision statement is intended to be a forward-looking document that not only identifies common principles that guide the trilateral partnership, but also provide concrete areas and projects for cooperation, building on the robust bilateral cooperation that we have with the United States and Japan.
How significant is this trilateral leaders summit amidst the increasing tensions in the West Philippine Sea?
Well, this summit, as I've said, is a very historic summit. It's the first time that the three leaders will be meeting. And the main purpose really of this summit is to deepen the already robust bilateral ties that we have with the US and Japan. And the main goal really is to deepen, first and foremost, the natural strengths that we've had, that we've shared over the years. Japan and the United States have been our long traditional allies and partners, not only in defense and security, but also in economic cooperation. So we hope to be able to deepen these engagements even further. And of course, in the present environment, this trilateral summit is significant to help further promote dialogue and peace in the region. These are countries that share the Philippines' goal of promoting an international rules-based order and to promote peace and stability in the region.
Do we also expect, when you mentioned a while ago that we expect joint vision statements coming from the three leaders, do we expect a stronger statements from the three countries, considering the increasing tensions nga po in the West Philippine Sea? We all know of the specific incident that I'm referring to, the latest incident in the West Philippine Sea, where more Filipino officials or personnel have been injured, and of course we've seen the damages that have been done to our own boats. So are we expecting stronger statements from the three leaders?
Yes, I think we can expect a discussion on the recent incidents. Of course, the joint vision statement is still under discussion, but we can expect an alignment of views among the three countries on the recent incidents in the West Philippine Sea. Of course, we will continue to call on peace and stability, and that the recent incidents be solved in a peaceful and diplomatic manner. But of course, we will note the recent incidents, and our three leaders are expected to include this in their discussions and in the vision statement.
Good morning, sir. With this Trilateral Summit, are we not really poking the bear?
Here, as we've said in many occasions, this trilateral cooperation is not directed at any country.
Sir, are we expecting po na after this trilateral cooperation or summit, makikita po ba natin yung result sa pamamagitan ng mas payapang pangingisda ng ating mga kababayan dito sa West Philippine Sea, at mas safe at open na paglalakbay dito sa bahagi po ng South China Sea ng iba't ibang mga barko o mga sakyan ng mga iba't ibang bansa?
I think that is the hope of everyone, whether or not this trilateral summit takes place or even in a bilateral context. That is our hope na magkaroon ng malayang paglalayag, no, sa West Philippine Sea at sa ating mga karagatan. Our hope is also that with the trilateral cooperation, it will also help capacitate the Philippines in terms of more training on maritime security, training on capacity building, not just training of personnel, but also possibly more cooperation on equipment. No? So it really is a integrated package, integrated suite of projects that will help enhance our capability to be interoperable with our partners, with our allies.
Sir, wala ba tayong plano out of this trilateral summit na bumuo ng the big three?
I think this trilateral summit it's in the initial stages. We are still developing the mechanisms to cooperate on a trilateral basis. But I think this trilateral cooperation should be seen as something that will help additional efforts, in the region, especially this trilateral cooperation supports existing mechanisms like ASEAN, and ASEAN outlook on the Indo-Pacific. It will complement the existing mechanisms in the region to help promote greater peace and prosperity for all of us.
What does it say about how seriously the Philippines, US, and Japan are taking the developments in the South China Sea?
I think it says that we are we stand for the preservation of the international rules-based order, and that for us, the Philippines, our position has always been based on UNCLOS and the arbitral tribunal ruling. And we appreciate the support that Japan and the United States and many other countries have shown for our position. So I think the Trilateral Summit reinforces the importance of keeping peace and stability in the region, and to always resolve the issues through dialogue and diplomacy. The important thing is that we are open to our lines of communication, our lines of dialogue and consultations have always been open. So this applies to all the countries in the region. So in fact, we have continuing dialogues with our neighbors, and this Trilateral Summit is one of those dialogues and consultations that we have. So our lines of communication are always open, and we keep on engaging, and we will keep on engaging all the relevant stakeholders in the region.
Ngayon, ikaw, bilang Pilipino, ano ang masasabi mo at reaksyon sa balitang ito? Mag-iwan ka ng komento sa ibaba at atin pong babasahin isa-isa.